Welcome back to the deep dive. Ever felt like everyone else is financially thriving, living your dream life, while you're kind of left wondering how?
Mm.
Today, we're going to cut through that noise. We want to reveal the surprising truth about wealth.
Yeah.
We're drawing from some, frankly, eye-opening insights we're calling the illusion of dream lives.
Oh, good name for it.
Right. So our mission here is to unpack the difference between looking rich and, well, being rich, and give you some real actionable steps towards genuine financial freedom.
And that's so important because this isn't about judgment at all. It's not pointing fingers.
Yeah.
It's really about decoding this illusion that's just so prevalent in society. We all see these images, these stories
Well, that's stunning.
that can easily, lead us down the wrong path. Make it hard to see what's actually real. So our goal is just to give you a shortcut to clarity.
A shortcut, I like that.
Yeah. Offer some insights that honestly could change how you view your own financial path. Help you see past the surface.
That's a really powerful point. Sets the stage perfectly. So let's just paint that picture for a second. When you think living the life, what comes to mind?
Oh,
For me, it's those social media feeds, right? Perfectly curated, the fancy car in the driveway,
the shiny car.
the designer bag on the table, these huge houses, maybe an infinity pool,
Extravagant dinners.
extravagant dinners, exactly, chic restaurants, constant travel, it seems like, always the latest gadgets.
Yeah, seemingly without a care in the world.
Right. It really feels like the benchmark for success these days, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And that's exactly where the illusion kicks in, where it does its magic.
Okay.
Because what's often hidden, behind that glossy picture, it's a pretty stark reality, often uncomfortable.
So,
The truth is, most people you see living the life like that, they're actually drowning in debt.
wow, drowning.
Yeah, those really impressive things that grab our attention. They're often financed by this whole web of loans, credit cards, monthly payments.
Things people can barely keep up with.
Exactly. Payments they're struggling to manage. It's basically a facade, right?
Yeah.
And it needs constant feeding, often in ways that just aren't sustainable long term.
Drowning in debt. That's a really stark image. And honestly, kind of jarring when you think about what we see.
Mm-hmm.
It just completely contradicts that story we're told visually. So, I mean, how deep does this go? Is this just a few people or?
Oh, it's widespread. It's not just a few outliers.
Yeah.
The numbers really tell the story here. They show this huge gap between how things look and how they are.
Okay, I'm curious now. Lay some stats on us. Where does it get interesting?
Okay, well, get this. Over 50% of Americans, they have less than $1,000 saved.
50%. Less than $1,000.
Yeah, less than $1,000. Just think about that.
Yeah.
Half the population has almost no cushion for, even a small emergency,
Yeah.
let alone saving for the future.
That's sobering.
It is. And then look at the things contributing to this look. The average new car payment, it's $742 a month.
$742.
Per month.
Yeah.
And that's just the payment. That doesn't even include insurance.
Right, which can be hundreds more.
Easily.
Yeah.
Or gas, which, goes up and down.
Wow. Okay, so $742 just for the car itself. That's a huge chunk out of anyone's budget before you even think about rent or food or anything else.
It is a massive chunk.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's rare. A full 1 in 3 Americans currently has a car loan.
1 in 3.
Yeah. So this isn't just, an occasional splurge. It's a really common financial commitment tying up people's income for years.
For years, yeah.
And maybe this is the most surprising part. Even folks earning what sounds like a lot, say $200,000 a year.
Okay, yeah, that sounds comfortable.
Right. But many of them are still living paycheck to paycheck.
200 grand and still paycheck to paycheck.
Yep. They have the income, maybe the impressive job title, but they're still feeling that squeeze at the end of the month. That same pressure as someone earning way less.
That one really hits differently. $200 K and still struggling month to month. It just shatters that whole idea that a big salary automatically means you're financially secure.
Completely.
So it makes me wonder, if a high income isn't the magic bullet, what is driving this? Why are so many people walking this financial tightrope? What's the psychology behind it?
Well, at its core, the reason is it's kind of brutally simple, actually.
Huh?
It's easier to look rich than to be rich.
Ah.
It really boils down to this potent mix of, human nature, relentless societal pressure, and just our culture of instant gratification everywhere.
Right. makes sense.
Think about it, right?
Right.
It's much faster, much simpler to just get a loan for that new car or slap a designer bag on a credit card or
Yeah.
finance a big vacation.
Instant results.
Instant results compared to, patiently saving, investing, building real wealth over time. That takes discipline. It takes years.
And it's quiet. Nobody sees you saving.
Exactly. The external validation you get from looking rich, that often feels more immediate, more tangible than the quiet sort of internal security of actually being financially okay.
So society kind of rewards the appearance.
You could say that through ads, through social comparison. We're subtly pushed to project success rather than build it in a way that actually benefits our long-term well-being, our peace of mind.
That's such a powerful reframe.
Right.
Chasing shadows, literally. Okay, so what does this mean for you listening right now? How do you shift away from this illusion? How do you start building real, genuine financial freedom? Because we don't want to just point out the problem, right? We need a way forward.
Absolutely.
And these insights, they don't just critique. They offer a practical roadmap, like 6 actual steps you can take. Steps to move from just looking rich to actually being rich.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting here is how these actions, they kind of challenge that conventional thinking. They push back against the immediate gratification we're so used to.
Yeah.
They're all about building a foundation for real, long-term prosperity. Not just chasing appearances that fade. It's not a quick fix. It's a strategic shift.
A paradigm shift, maybe.
Yeah, a paradigm shift toward sustained well-being. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, let's unpack these 6 actions then. Number 1, it sounds almost too simple. Laughably simple. Spend less than you make.
It's financial gravity, isn't it?
Feels like it, but I suspect it's the hardest one for a lot of people to do consistently.
It truly is the bedrock, the absolute foundation. It sounds obvious, yeah, but in a world that's just constantly screaming, spend, spend, spend.
Buy this, you need that.
Right.
Yeah.
Consistently spending less than your income. That takes real discipline. It takes conscious choices every single day.
It's the essential first move.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To create any kind of surplus. Because without that surplus, none of the other strategies really work, do they? You're always just playing catch-up.
Always behind. Okay, so it sounds simple, but it's the first hurdle. What do you think stops people? Is it just temptation?
I think it's partly temptation, sure,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also just habit. A deeply ingrained habit of consuming. We're kind of wired to seek comfort, seek pleasure, and our society's made it super easy to connect those feelings with spending money.
Right. Retail therapy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So overcoming that, it requires consciously rethinking what true satisfaction looks like, shifting from, getting validation from buying stuff to finding peace and financial stability. It's a mental game.
A mental game just as much as a numbers game. I like that. Okay, so once you nail that consistently, creating that surplus, the next step is about where you put it. Number 2, invest in things that grow in value.
Precisely. So now we're moving beyond just saving cash in a bank account.
Okay.
This means making a really clear distinction between assets that depreciate, lose value,
Like that new car.
like that brand new car, or trendy clothes, electronics, things that lose value the second you buy them,
Right.
and assets that appreciate, meaning they actually increase in value over time.
Okay, like
Well, think strategic investments. Maybe the stock market, through index funds or ETFs, maybe well-chosen real estate.
Yeah.
Maybe even investing in yourself, your skills, your education that can boost your earning power.
Okay. Things that build net worth.
Exactly. They build your net worth instead of just providing like temporary fun or looking good for a bit.
So that shiny new car losing value the instant you drive it off the lot. That's the classic example, isn't it?
It's the classic example.
Such a tough truth, though, for our instant gratification brains.
It really is. But understanding that difference is just critical. Most stuff we buy, especially consumer goods, they're liabilities. They decrease in value.
They cost you money over time.
Right. True wealth is built by gathering assets that work for you, that appreciate, that contribute to your future.
Okay. Which leads us very naturally to point 3. Be patient, focus on the long term. In our world of one-click buys and instant likes, that might be the toughest pill to swallow.
It absolutely is tough, and it's such a critical counterpoint to that whole look rich now pressure. Building wealth, it's almost never an overnight thing. It's about compounding, consistent effort over time, letting time do the heavy lifting.
So embracing patience means you're playing a different game than most people.
Totally. You're thinking in years, decades even, not weeks or months. And that takes, well, it takes a mental strength that honestly not many people cultivate.
It's a hard sell, though, isn't it? When everything around you is screaming, now, no, no.
It is a hard sell, but the benefits,
Yeah,
they grow exponentially over time.
right. The compounding effect.
Exactly. That power of compounding. They call it the eighth wonder of the world for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
Small, consistent investments made patiently over decades. They can snowball into truly life-changing amounts, way beyond what just saving cash could ever do. It's the ultimate reward for delaying that gratification.
Which flows perfectly into number 4. Focus on building financial freedom, not trying to impress people on social media. This hits that comparison trap head on.
It's a direct challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Prioritize your internal security over what other people might think. Because true financial freedom, it isn't about the car or the clothes. It means having choices. Real choices.
Control.
Control over your time, control over your decisions, not being forced into things just to keep up an image. That freedom, that ability to choose how you live, how you work, that offers way more options, way more deep satisfaction than any fancy watch ever could.
Yeah.
It's shifting from what will they think to what gives me peace, what gives me power.
Yes. Having options, having control, that feels like the ultimate luxury, doesn't it?
It really is.
And the 5th action really hammers that point home. Delay gratification now and you'll be the one with options later, freedom, time, and wealth. It's the payoff.
It connects the dots so powerfully, doesn't it? Present discipline equals future dividends.
Right.
By making those conscious choices today, saying no to some immediate pleasure, maybe, or an expensive purchase you don't truly need,
You're essentially buying future freedom.
you got it. You're investing in your future self, building that foundation that gives you autonomy later over your schedule, your career path, your whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're ensuring that you are the one pulling the strings.
Not your debts, not what you think people expect.
Exactly. Not creditors, not societal expectations. You're in charge.
So it's not about depriving yourself forever. It's strategic. Investing in a richer, more flexible life down the road. I love that reframe. And the insights give us such a great, really relatable example for the 6th action. It says, play the long game. Drive the beat-up car today so you can own whatever car you want in the future.
That's such a visceral image, isn't it?
It really is that humble, reliable, maybe slightly embarrassing car now.
Yeah.
For the ultimate choice later on.
It's just a perfect illustration. Delayed gratification, long-term thinking all rolled into one. And the why behind it is so simple but so powerful.
Okay, break it down.
That beat-up car, it's not just saving you that, say, $742 monthly payment we talked about.
Right.
It's freeing up significant money, capital.
Money you can use differently.
Exactly. Money that can then be invested,
Yeah.
allowed to grow, to compound, and eventually, that gives you the actual ability to buy a luxury car outright if you want. With cash, without the stress of debt.
So it's about building the capacity for true choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rather than just renting the appearance of choice through loans and payments.
So it's the difference between you owning the car and the car owning you.
You nailed it. That's exactly it. Who really holds the power in that relationship?
Right.
When you're tied to those monthly payments, you're kind of beholden to the debt, aren't you?
Totally.
But when you build wealth strategically, patiently,
Yeah.
you gain the power to acquire things on your own terms, with real ownership, without sacrificing your financial freedom.
That makes so much sense.
So if we kind of zoom out and connect all these dots, these 6 actions, they're not just separate tips.
No.
They really represent a whole mindset shift, a profound move away from chasing external validation, away from instant gratification,
Towards something more sustainable.
towards sustained well-being, and genuine control over your life. It's about building this robust financial foundation that provides real freedom, real security.
Instead of chasing that illusion that traps so many people.
Precisely, that fleeting illusion.
Wow. What a powerful shift in perspective. And it really highlights how easy it is to get caught up in that cycle, doesn't it? Especially when you see what everyone else seems to have.
Very easy.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the core takeaway is becoming really clear. The path to true financial freedom, it's often quiet, it's strategic,
Unseen, almost.
focused on internal security, not impressing anyone else. It's about making those smart, sometimes tough, disciplined choices today.
Choices that create real options for you tomorrow.
Exactly, freeing you from that debt trap that catches so many people who just look rich.
Which leads us to maybe a final thought, or rather a question for you, our listener, to kind of mull over today.
Okay.
Building on the spirit of these insights, what's one specific thing you've maybe already stopped buying, or perhaps could plan to stop buying.
Just one thing.
Yeah, just one thing. Something to free up resources, maybe even just a little bit so you can save or invest more. Something that moves you closer to that genuine financial freedom we've been talking about.
Could be small, right? Like the daily fancy coffee.
Could be small, like the coffee. Or maybe a subscription you barely use. Or maybe it's bigger, like deciding, you know what? I'm keeping my current car a couple more years.
Okay.
Just consider one concrete action. An example in your own life of delaying gratification, even slightly, for that longer-term gain.
That's an excellent challenge, something practical to take away. Take a moment, think about that one thing. We really hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective, maybe an empowering one, on wealth and freedom.
Hope so.
Thank you so much for joining us. We invite you to keep reflecting on these ideas. Maybe observe the world around you with this slightly different lens now. Until next time, keep diving deep.